I'm glad the Rangers did not sign him.
You're actually glad they didn't sign him? That's a straight lie. There's no way you would have. What's up, everyone? Sappy and Jordan here with episode 13, talking a lot of sports cards, giving more information. This will be our last podcast of the year. I hope you enjoy this episode. We're in the middle of December now. Football season, basketball season is going. Huge signing for baseball. Let's jump into football first. Now teams are really starting to pull away. Although I think there's some teams that are coming up, like you still don't know if they're gonna. Like I think Broncos can make the playoffs. I think like Bills are going to probably make the playoffs. Houston could make the playoffs. There's like a lot of these like 500 teams, like Saints by default.
Somebody's got to win that division.
South, but like them, Atlanta and Tampa are all 6 and 7, and so like one of those three teams can make the playoffs. The Packers still, even though they lost, they can make the playoffs.
The Giants are only one game out of the wild card.
I mean, that's crazy to me. Right now, we have a lot of teams that can sneak in still. And then we'll talk about how it's affecting the cards too. But obviously, I would say the top 5 teams are the Niners, Cowboys, Eagles, Ravens, and probably... See, I think Lions and Dolphins are kind of doing the same thing. I would probably put Bills there, even though they're not. They're 7 and 6.
We want to preface this by saying we are, due to people being out and the holiday season and everything, we are recording this 10 days before.
So this is before the Cowboys and Bills play.
Correct. Yeah. And it's before this Sunday and Monday's games and Thursdays. So obviously, if the Cowboys go out and win 35-0, maybe the Bills aren't a top 5 team. The Bills come out and win 35-0, they're definitely a top 5 team. So it's like a lot can change by the time we post this.
I bet the spread isn't going to be what y'all think the spread's going to be. I haven't even looked at it yet.
What do you think it is? I know what it is.
I think it's -2 Cowboys.
It's Bills -2.
So I knew it was going to be one or the other, and I just think Bills need it more. Cowboys are kind of riding high off of, but they play different at home and away too.
For sure.
So if they can play like they play at home, because Niners can play good away too. Them or the Niners are the best team. Right now, them or the Niners are the best team in the NFL.
I don't think we're in the conversation with them right now.
I think we're number 2. Niners are best.
I think we're number 2.
Yes.
But I think there's a big gap.
I know y'all smashed the Eagles. I also still think they're an elite team. They got to figure out what's going on. It's better to do what y'all did and lose early in the season and then figure it out. But if the Cowboys like run shop and the Niners somehow lose one,
we're number 1 seed.
They're the number 1 seed. They got to play the Ravens.
So, the Niners do on Christmas.
Yeah, that's it though. Mm-hmm. That's all they got.
So I think we've talked about this all year, and it's kind of been like a crazy year. Like I think you would admit that too. With like we don't know who's going to win, who's going to lose.
Right.
Some of these teams, like I feel like the Cowboys know what you're getting. The Bills, good team, we got to play them. Dolphins, solid team, got to play them. Lions, solid team, got to play them. And then Commanders, which if that game means something, I think we'll handle them fine. With some of these random teams, like the Giants for the Eagles. The Giants, they're not great, but they're winning games. If the Giants can sneak on out, the Eagles lose. If the Ravens, who are a very good team, handle business against the Niners, Cowboys could be the 1 seed. The Cowboys, everything goes through here, AT&T, where they're undefeated in almost 2 years straight.
It'd be like a Mahomes situation, right?
I think it'd be better. Like people, like I've talked to somebody. The turf we have advantage because it's faster and we're used to it. And
I still think the Niners, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they came out and.
Oh, if they came here and beat us, it wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah, and they have a huge edge over both y'all and the Eagles because they beat y'all head to head.
For sure, agreed. Yeah, yeah.
But the Eagles just have to win out.
If they win out, they're at worst 2 seed,
and they're the NFC East champions.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So at least they got that cushion, but they got to figure it out. But with that being said, I'm seeing Dak's prices come up a little bit. I don't understand how Dak Prescott can be playing this good. And I would say, overall, I like Dak more than you do, right? Would you say that? Or I guess right now is different. So he's winning now, but like overall in the history of like us knowing each
Yeah,
other,
you've definitely you've had more
optimism about him, right?
about Dak than I
Yeah,
have.
right. So I knew like he's capable of this and doing this. He plays for the Cowboys, who should sell like the Lakers and the Yankees. I don't understand how. I bet his NTRPA is still like under 4K, number 99.
I mean, so
Why? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
it does though to an extent. Like, take the Cowboys away. What other quarterback in the NFL has 2 playoff wins in 8 years and their cards so well? No MVP.
So it also goes against him too.
He's had some Pro Bowls,
I
but
get
like
that.
he's had 2 playoff wins in his career. He's been here 8 years.
Okay. So how many playoff wins does Josh Allen have? Maybe
Josh
3?
Allen has, and you know I'm a hater.
Yeah.
He has arguably the most exciting playoff game of all time, and he lost. He lost in overtime.
But let's just say this: switch roles, put Dak on the Bills and Josh Allen on the Cowboys. Josh Allen's prices are going to be insane.
That's probably true.
Insane.
That's probably true.
And maybe it was because maybe the hype a little bit.
Dak was a 4th round pick.
But was Josh Allen a 1st round pick?
Mm-hmm.
He was.
He's top 10.
Okay. Still doesn't make sense, and it like cards don't make sense. It's all about hype and like you got to sell at the right time, and even if they win the Super Bowl, they drop a little bit afterwards. It just like now's I guess the time to be buying Dak. I don't know.
The Black Prism is on Golden, I believe, and or one of the auction sites. It ends in like a month, or not a month, a couple of weeks. I told him I thought it was a good time to sell it.
I bet the Black Prism doesn't do over 50K.
I think depends what he does.
I bet if they win
out.
games,
I bet it does over 50K.
I bet you it won't.
But also the market's kind of low right now.
But like
Somebody just turned down
other...
$100K for the Brock Purdy Black Raw, and it's like
I can understand that.
You don't think Dak's half?
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly the point I'm saying.
That's true.
I don't. But Cowboys are looking really good on defense and offense. They got to be I keep forgetting about San Francisco.
We're number one offense. Points per
Are they
game.
number one defense?
I believe so.
They can't be. They got to be like number 2 offense though.
I think Dolphins are number 2.
They're 3.
Maybe after last night it's less, but they still scored like 30 points. Yeah, I think the Niners are 3. Or
Yeah.
Bills are up there too.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask: do you think that due to injuries this year, the quarterback position needs to adjust? I feel like we're getting
as far as like running quarterback.
Not like I don't consider Herbert, Burrow, and Mahomes running quarterbacks like Lamar, but they scramble. And like think about it: Burrow, Herbert, Kirk Cousins, Daniel Jones, Deshaun Watson, Anthony Richardson, Aaron Rodgers have all suffered year-ending injuries, and I'm sure there's some I'm missing. I feel like if you look right now, at least a third of the NFL is playing a backup quarterback this weekend.
Mm-hmm, that was crazy. What was the stat? 11 backups last week?
It was 14 or 15. I think it was more than that. But it's just like...
No, I mean, like...
Look, what's happening?
You got to scramble. Are you going to just sit there and take a hit?
I feel like
you got to scramble.
Peyton Manning didn't. He didn't run much.
He was so good in the pocket.
Tom Brady didn't run. He ran a little bit, but not much.
I mean, those two... Okay, how many of the quarterbacks got hurt from running, though? So, Herbert's wasn't from running. His hand. Joe Burrow wasn't from running. Like, all these quarterbacks are getting hurt in the pocket, aren't they? Like,
yeah, I guess Rodgers tore the Achilles in the pocket.
No, he was going out a little bit to the right. But, like, no, I would say Anthony Richardson... Who else? Daniel Jones, those type of quarterbacks. Yeah, I said that. Anthony Richardson runs violently. How big is he? He was bigger than we thought. He's like 6'1", 220.
No, like 6'5", 250, 6'4", 250, something like that.
I mean, that's crazy. But still, you can't.
I guess
that's a linebacker, though.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like with all these guys getting hurt, the Browns literally put $250 million into Deshaun Watson, and he's played 6 or 7 games this year.
And I don't even think his was a running thing either.
Yeah, no, I think he got a concussion. Or he got slammed down. I'd have to
like
go
a
back
sack,
and check.
Right?
No, I think he was running away from somebody.
But
I guess it's just like, what can we do to keep Burrow
healthy?
Burrow, Watson, Rodgers,
Burrow was just
Herbert, all of them. That's like $1 billion right there. Like, these are huge.
Get better offensive line. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Is like that bad.
I mean, their backup got hurt.
Yeah,
And
Thompson.
so like
true.
they're
I guess,
and Joe
yeah.
Flacco is like killing it right now.
I mean, it's great to see.
He's
Fun.
a good passer.
Seems like a
Though.
good
He's
dude.
always good. He's a gunslinger. He's always a good passer. But with like, who do you think is okay? C.J. Stroud's rookie of the year. Obviously, I think there's nobody close to him as far as rookie of the year.
only
Please
person.
don't say Bijan.
No. The only person I think that could get in that conversation if Stroud struggles.
Puka.
Puka.
Yeah, Puka.
But
But
he needs 500 yards the last 5 games to break the rookie receiving record.
He's a beast.
He is.
He's a beast, and I hope they start putting more of his cards out because I barely see any.
He didn't have much because
Yeah.
he was like 6th or 7th round pick. But I think he's the only person.
And
that
I
has a
love
chance.
when later picks do well. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, last pick of the draft. His stuff is going back up like crazy.
He may not be top 5, but my bold prediction of Purdy being in that conversation,
Top 5 what?
quarterback.
This year? Are you kidding me?
Well, my bold prediction was when we go into the conversation next year, is he going to be a top 5 quarterback going into next year?
100%. I think so.
No, I mean
he's the MVP leader right now.
No, Dak is right now.
Nah, I looked at it yesterday and it
FanDuel updated
showed
this morning.
Huh?
FanDuel updated this morning.
So you
Dak
got to look at every single site and see who has the best odds, and Purdy's beating him by like a small smidge.
Either
like
way, they're both right there.
It's 300, 320.
All I need is one of them to have
yeah.
a bad game, one to have a good game, and they'll shoot up.
I don't know, man. I feel like Dak's on a way shorter leash than Brock right now.
You're saying
as far as MVP.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
People don't want Dak to win.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
that's
think-
another thing that sucks. But like,
There are MVP voters who hate Dak because he's a Cowboy, which sucks.
but also that's what I'm saying. It favors him and it works both ways for him. And like the LeBron thing we were talking about, like him getting all the hate, it comes with the territory. It comes with the territory with Dak
Correct.
too.
I think that last night, I don't know how much you got to watch of the games last night.
I was at the Santa thing, so I didn't get to watch very much of it. But I know Tennessee made them look.
Tyreek got hurt in the first quarter. He came back, played a little bit, and then
Was he more of a decoy?
He had one catch after he got hurt. But yeah, for the most part, he was a decoy. I think last night showed he's the most important player. Not even close on that team.
Because he spreads that defense.
Bro, it's not like...
Did Waddle have a bad game?
Waddle had like 70 yards, 80 yards, something like that.
Why not go to him more?
I legit think, like, I love him. Tua looked lost with Tyreek. He got sacked like 4 or 5 times.
But what did Tyreek miss a couple games this season or a game or something?
This is first. That was the only time he's missed.
Really?
Yeah, he's played the whole season.
So they sucked with him earlier when they lost a couple games, but I think they'll be fine. I think Will Levis, man, I will tell you, he has surprised me tremendously.
He was actually the one I thought. Stroud obviously has been way, way better, but I thought Levis would be the best.
Levis is a little. I mean, he's a dog. Dude.
He is.
He
plays for the right coach too.
Yeah, he plays for the right coach, and he's letting them do what he wants out there as far as like throwing deep bombs. I mean, obviously D Hop had like 150 yards receiving.
He had a good game, really good game.
And so Henry's not what he's a.
He had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but he had like 20 yards rushing.
True.
So,
but they were also playing from behind.
I think Levis is a good deal. That was a good win for them for the hobby.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a chase, even though he doesn't have autos. You're going to still be chasing the parallels. They put a new parallel in Prism called White Knight. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
It's they put it underneath, right before the Black Finite one. So it was underneath the gold vinyl. So I don't know how short print it is.
Damn.
They're not numbered.
So, but
I
it's
don't
like
think
short print.
it's
to
super
like
super short print.
5 or less.
And
That's
then
kinda
they're
cool.
coming out with Color Blast duels. So
like 2 players.
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase was the one they
That's
showed.
cool.
Yeah, that's
That's
super
cool.
sick. So they have regular Color Blast and Color Blast duels. So Prism's going to be fire, and that's coming out soon.
That's very
Looking
cool.
for the White Knights, the duels, Color Blast, and then they have manga again, the regular Color Blast. Another insert, it was called Hype or something like that.
Get hype.
Yeah. And then everything else that comes with the RPAs, autos, all that stuff. But, yeah, football is fun. I think Levis, Stroud, Tank Dell, he's a rookie
Man,
too. I know he's out for the
got
season.
hurt.
Puka, Bijan still, and then there's probably some other rookies that Is Reed a rookie?
For the Packers?
Yeah.
I think so.
Reed, Mitchell for Baltimore. He's starting to come on. And then Bryce Young still has
I was going to talk
nothing.
about him. So if you put his rookie stats, take away wins and losses, because one's 2-8, one's at 1-11. They're their first 12 weeks of the rookie season. If I put Trevor Lawrence and Bryce Young's stats next to each other, you couldn't tell me whose was whose.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I feel like people aren't giving Bryce like put Patrick Mahomes behind that Carolina or with that Carolina team. Sure, maybe they win 3 or 4
Adam
games.
Thielen is their best
number
offensive
one,
player.
and he's like 75 years old.
Yeah.
But the offensive line is horrible.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders is like
their defense. I think keeps them in games sometimes. They have some good defenders, but like
put some pieces around him. I think Bryce will be okay.
Miles Sanders is horrible. Well, Hubbard has more.
Miles Sanders got paid because of the Eagles' offensive line. Mm-hmm. But I think that put actual pieces around him, and
we'll see how he does.
Yeah, but it's tough because they don't have a first-round pick. They traded that for the number 1 pick last year to get Bryce Young.
Fields looks nice.
So they're gonna probably have, assuming that they don't go on some crazy run and make the playoffs.
But they're trying to win games though, which I don't get.
Well, they have the number 1 pick as the Panthers.
Yeah, but then they could have like number 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Now they're moving it
Giants,
to like
Giants same way. Giants could have had the top 5 pick, and now they're like number 7, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're the Bears and you have like the 1st pick and we'll just say like the 6th pick, what do you do with number 1?
Take the receiver from Ohio State.
Number 1?
Yeah.
Don't try to trade to get a haul for Caleb Williams. Or May if the team wants that him instead.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about Drake May. He's moving up the board.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think Harrison will be there at 6.
What if like 2 it's probably gonna be the Cardinals.
They're gonna go quarterback.
I think so.
Yeah.
You think get rid of Kyler?
I think they're gonna trade him.
I think if you can get, what if you do
who has
like
3?
Patriots?
They're probably going quarterback too.
Maybe you trade 3 for 1 and then get some other draft capital.
But
or
then
like
what if they
something.
keep Kyler and then they take Harrison?
Maybe,
so I guess 1 for 2.
Yeah, and then get some capital back.
Yeah. I think they get Harrison no matter what. He needs that.
Yeah, I mean.
He needs that, and then offensive lineman, whoever the best offensive lineman is for their next pick for him.
For the next 10 picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a chance they can go quarterback too and then trade Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. But he should be 3-0 since he's been back.
He's looked a lot better.
Yeah. So basketball, man, the whole Josh Giddey thing kind of sucks. I won't talk about that too much. But he's still playing and he's balling out. That team's been balling.
They're really good young.
They're
team.
very young. Chet's been balling. They're saying him and Wemby are the 2 front runners for Rookie of the Year. I know it's super early, but it's good to have Paulo and Chet in the same product because after them two, I think it's a pretty decent sized drop because who do you got after that? Keegan Murray, Benedict Mathurin, Jabari Smith, but no one's even talked about him really this year. Tari Eason
was 21.
Sengun was the year before. The Jaden Ivey's now coming off the bench. The other guy starting, Duran.
He's pretty good.
Jalen Williams is good. Both Williamses are doing good for OKC, but that's 3 rookies on one team.
Yeah.
Who else? I know there's somebody else we're missing.
It's pretty much those 2 at the top, and then everyone else is like you have some decent role players, but no one like those 2 have a chance to be superstars. It seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball is kind of
Lakers just won
in-season tournament.
Yeah.
I know you don't really put a lot of stake into that.
I don't think they didn't make a big deal about it.
They brought them all to Vegas. They painted the court.
No, I'm saying like as far as like making it a big deal. They might have put like some money behind it to make it cool or whatever, but it just, okay, I guess ESPN didn't make it a big deal or like it just didn't seem like no one really cared, in my opinion, what 4 teams were there at the end.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
I think people are so used to like May and June, like, oh, I got to get fired up. It's NBA playoff season. It's like kind of weird that.
Do you think it was a fail or not as far as what the NBA did?
I think it was absolutely a success.
Really?
Yeah, I think that it brought like.
It brought their numbers up?
Absolutely. If I told you
the
the
only
Pacers
game I
were going to
watched
be
was
one of the Final Four teams in June, would you be surprised? If I told you they were one of the Final Four teams in
the Pacers
in the Eastern Conference Finals.
if they were playing to go to the Eastern Conference Finals?
No, like in the Eastern Conference Finals, one of the Final Four teams playing to go to the championship.
Not crazy surprise, I guess.
But that's because of this. If
well,
I actually
also
was a month
Tyrese
ago,
Halliburton may be the best.
he might be best he's top 3-point guard probably.
He's probably the hottest player right now, right?
Gotta be. Yeah.
That's probably the only reason why. But
like,
I'd be surprised. No, I would.
I think that
I think Boston, the Sixers, the Bucks,
Heat, all of them.
all those guys. Yeah.
I think that the younger guys, because of the money incentive, were so fired up and so like it was kind of like the younger guy. It was like, hey, we're getting fired up. We're into this. Like, let's go get this. This is half our money we make in a year. Blah blah blah. Like, and they were playing for. LeBron looked like he was playing like he wasn't going to eat tonight if he didn't win that game. Like, he went out and was like, okay, we're going to win this game like easy. And
do you see the Lakers coming out of the West though?
I think it's gonna be hard to stop the Nuggets. Like in a 7-game series,
the Nuggets haven't been like.
Jokic's been struggling a few games. He's shooting like Trae Young points or percentage.
Trae's actually been balling. Like he started off horrible and now he's playing well.
Jordan Poole, remember how great I told you he was?
Oh man, I was so wrong about that guy. He's just like a cancer.
He was minus 30 last night.
He may be
10 points.
He may be. How much did they pay him?
Bro, the Warriors gave him a max.
The Warriors?
And then they traded him
and then they
for
picked
Chris
it up?
Paul. I have no idea who picked it up.
But the Warriors are also not doing good.
I mean, they have Steph Curry, and that's about it.
I don't know. But there's some teams that are surprising me. The Rockets are good.
The Magic
are good. The Pacers are good. There's another team.
Thunder's really good.
Yeah, Thunder's really. But I thought
the crazy thing about the Rockets, Magic, and Thunder, they're so good. They are so young.
Yeah.
Like they should be good for like 15
all their teams,
years.
Like average age is like 23.
Probably. I mean, the best player on each team, Palos can't be more than 23. Sengun's not more than 23.
Shea's 2018. He's 23.
Yeah, he's probably in that range also.
Yeah. So no, basketball's been fun. Luka's been. Is he MVP right now? Him or Jokic?
Probably. I think it's Jokic.
Or Tatum.
Tatum's been pretty good too.
But I don't know. Luka's been on fire.
Yeah. They won last night again.
Yeah. He had 30-something.
Play Lakers tonight.
Yeah. I turned down some seats to that game. I don't know. I just like watching. Lakers game would be fun, but they said LeBron might not even play, right?
That's what one of our customers was saying.
I mean, that sucks if you go there and don't get to see LeBron.
Because the tickets are freaking expensive.
But basketball product NT has been fire. Noir was good, and then Panini 1-in-1. It just came out. I haven't seen much of it. Have you?
I've seen some timeless moments on Facebook, and then I saw yesterday. That'd be Jabari, right? Jabari Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw a downtown of him.
Downtowns are downtowns. They look cool.
Yeah.
All of them look cool.
I wish they would like. Obviously, I don't know that's easy. I wish it would be like in a case you're guaranteed 1-1.
I don't understand what they're doing. Like, there's some cases with 2 downtowns. There's a lot of cases with 0 of both.
Which is just.
But then I saw one case with 2 timeless.
Yeah, no, there was Ted was telling us about one box had a downtown and a timeless.
I mean, that's
awesome
that,
box.
But I'd rather have it like that and consistency.
Yeah. Maybe but consistency with a bonus.
It's like
not
that or the
less.
crap. Because like if you hit Apollo, we talked about this. Maybe $500-$600. A box costs $900. So
Bowman draft came out today.
Yeah.
Baseball, big Tom Brady product.
Obviously. Good luck to whoever hits that. Number 12 of 50. Lawrence just posted a non-auto he hit. Green, number 99.
You know how much do you think that's worth? I don't know if you looked it up. There's one selling on eBay. And it's
2,000.
It's at like 1,700. It was like 5 hours left. So it'll probably go over 2K.
Every single one.
Base are over $1,000.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
1 in 80-something boxes for a base.
That's still crazy for a base card over 1,000. Speaking of baseball, we just had the biggest contract ever in American sports.
Yep.
And it was a baseball player. What do you think about what he's doing with the money?
The way he's getting, I think it's smart for him. He doesn't need it. He's getting $2 million a year, and then he's going to back end it, right?
So are the Dodgers just going to go out and get Trout?
Probably do something. He's doing it to help the team, right?
Could you imagine Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Otani, and Trout.
I
Oh my goodness!
If anybody deserves that, it's Mike Trout.
That is 100% a fact.
Mike Trout deserves it, and the Angels have. Oh, because I get it. They brought Otani for Trout and for the team to be good, and they just couldn't make it work.
It's like, in the pitching ever.
Yeah.
Except for Otani. But I mean, I thought that was an awesome contract, and
$700 million.
Yep.
10 years.
Yep.
So
And he's only getting $20 million during the first 10 years. So I guess it's
$2 million a year, and then he's backloading the rest.
$68 million for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
I think it's actually a better thing that, like, this is gonna be a very probably not everyone agrees.
Baseball.
3 or 4 years from now, it's gonna be like,
listen to y'all's lineup with Otani. You got who? Josh Jung? No, he doesn't lead though, right?
no, Simeon leads off.
Simeon. I forgot about him. Then
Seager.
probably Seager, then Otani, and then Garcia, and then Josh Jung. Jeez.
I mean, they just won it last year without him.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine what they do with him.
But I think that's seven. If you're gonna spend $700 million,
And what if he ends up being y'all's closer or setup guy?
well, the closer was really good.
Okay, setup guy. Put him anywhere you want to.
No,
in the
for sure.
pitching.
But what I'm saying is, like, you showed one player doesn't make a difference. Like, not doesn't make a difference. One player can't win the whole thing. Because you can argue the two best players in the entire league are on the same team and they've never made the playoffs.
That's true.
You can argue that.
Yeah.
So I think if you spent $700 million on, like, 5 players and, like, gave them each $150 million or whatever, they're very, very solid players.
But what if you add a $700 million player onto a team that is good?
That's what I mean. But
So you rather the Dodgers get him than y'all?
So right now the Dodgers
When they
are paying
won 3 years
$700 million
ago?
for a
They won
designated-
3
for a
years ago?
designated hitter.
Yeah.
That's all he is. He's not pitching right now.
No, he can't until.
But there's
they
no
will eventually.
There's no guarantee he ever pitches again. There's no guarantee of that.
What do you mean?
What happens if something happens in rehab? And he's like,
I
hurts?
think. Okay, so you're saying there's the off chance that he can never pitch again?
For sure. But there also is no guarantee he comes back to same. Obviously, like, surgery's getting better with those, so he probably will or better. But I'm saying nothing's guaranteed, and paying $700 million for a designated hitter is a lot.
I'll say this: after the fact that the Rangers don't sign him, it's easier to say what
But
you said.
how many? Did you ever hear me say I hope they sign him to a bunch?
I heard you say and get very hyped that there was a chance that the Rangers are going to sign.
The idea is cool, but not.
But you were hyped when you heard that.
The idea is cool, but I think he's 30 years old. So, I mean, how many years does he truly have left of his prime?
8.
You think by his 38 he's still gonna be doing what he's doing?
Okay, 6 years at least.
You think he has 6 years doing what he did?
Yeah, I think he can.
Batting and pitching? I think there's
He
no
didn't pitch this last year, did he?
Yeah. He was doing well. He's a great player.
That's what I'm
he's the greatest
saying.
player I've ever seen.
Okay, 4 years. With the Rangers team right now, they win 2 more championships minimum.
He has 1 year of hitting.
If he's
only
healthy.
hitting. Only hitting.
But think about this:
20.
one of your players gets hurt, and he's there. That's like super good insurance.
No, obviously, but I'm saying when he's 34 years old and he doesn't pitch anymore, he's only hitting 25 to 35 home runs a year. I don't think we're gonna look at it and be like, damn.
But what if when he's 34, he's still hitting 40?
Then I would say I was wrong, and but he's only hitting 40, and he's pitching, or he's only hitting 40.
What if he's hitting 40 batting, does what he does batting,
Okay, he's hitting
and
3.
he's y'all setup guy,
I think they paid way too much.
and he can start games?
Well, then
you need
if
him
he's
to.
pitching, also then it's different. But
I think he's
I
going to
think
pitch
4 or
again.
5
You don't
years-
think he's going to pitch?
I think he'll pitch some. I don't think he'll
no
pitch
one's
enough.
paying that much money for only a batter DH and not a position player. There's no way you know that for a fact.
But
No one's paying
for
that.
a fact in 2024, that's what they're doing. That's
We
a
don't
fact.
know that. We don't know.
Yeah, we know he's not pitching next year.
No,
That's a
no,
fact.
no. They said that he could pitch at the last quarter of the baseball season.
Okay, so maybe he pitches a couple games. I just think
What if
that-
those are the most important ones, though?
True.
No, I'm saying what if? Because you know that the Dodgers are going to be there.
Yeah, they'll be in the conversation at least. I mean, I think 4 or 5 years from now, we'll look at the contract and be like, wow, they overpaid.
I
That's
just
what
think if you go to any fan,
I think if the Rangers signed him, we'd be saying the same thing. 4 or 5 years from now, I'd be like, damn, we overpaid.
if it doesn't pan out. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the information. We're ready for 2024. It's going to be a great year for sports cards, for everybody. We just want to say thank you again so much for watching us. We enjoy doing this with you guys. Leave comments below if you want to see us do anything else new coming up also.
If you guys are new here, check out the link tree in our bio. It has all of our social medias and our website also, which you can track your orders on. You can do consignment. You can buy merch, all of the above. As he said, thank you guys for an insane 2023. We can't wait for 2024. We hope everyone has a safe holiday and a great new year. And we will catch you in the next one.
Peace.